So y'all remember that time when we was talking about Pet Shop? Shout out to the 30 viewers that actually watched my Pet Shop video when I first talked about this character coming out, because I remember a lot of people telling me that I personally was tripping. They're saying this character can't possibly come into the game. Seeing what they gave us originally, this was one of the characters that I knew was going to be here. And Pet Shop definitely was going to be brought into All-Star Battle R. There was no discussion. If you have the assets, use the assets. Here's him being used, just like I predicted. Combinations are exactly what I thought they would be. There would be moves that either freeze you on the spot, moves that causes you to get bounced off with the ice, and pretty much, like I mentioned before, a zoning technique and zoning game out of this world. That's the things that I'm hoping we're getting from here and from him. And let's see what we get. Honestly, being honest, let's see what we get. Let's watch the video together. Let's see the zones. Let's see the moves. Let's see how everything works out. And, oh man, these are the ones that I generally look forward to. The comparison videos are great, but these videos here where there's new cast characters coming into the game that they haven't revealed are exceptionally better, only because we're seeing things for the first time for ourselves. So without further ado, hit the like, hit the share, hit the follow, continue coming through. It is time to react to Pet Shop's trailer video, see what the breakdown is, and of course give you guys my own insight on how these moves are going to work together in the long run in All-Star Battle War. Let's go. Alright, here we go. I don't want the music to be too loud. Hey, there's the stand, baby. Alright. Oh, there's the giant chop of ice. So they added it into an animation. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Yo! Hey, yo! So you can control those. Bro, I got a lot to talk about, man. There's a lot to talk about and a lot to dissect here. Because, there's a lot to talk about here. First and foremost, this combo, his standard combo, the character started with a low. He went, look, I'm breaking it down fast. Show you what he did. He did crouching low, standing low, right? Probably medium. The medium into the spiral dive or spiral hit. Now, can you imagine Pet Shop working similar to Pet Shop seems to have very much Cammy-ish like style. So he has a lot of moves that like cover a lot of range and, you know, come up and hit you and push you and lunge you backwards, lunge you upwards. So this is just showing like this right here is very similar to the spiral arrow. But this particular move, as you guys can see, as he's using it right here, this attack, which is like the spiral arrow from Cammy, like I mentioned before, goes into a consecutive hit, multiple stun hits, and from this move, you can go ahead and cancel into this particular move that he's doing right here. Technically, if you hit the hog charge, I'm gonna call it like that. If you hit him with the hog charge, then I'm assuming like the Jojo'S stand, you will be able to go ahead and press forward square or even put in the input, an additional input, and that additional input would activate this particular part of the combo. Looking at how the demo obviously will work. Now here we have low. So here we have the standing low into crouching heavy, which bounces the character up. From the bouncing heavy, he used ice pillars to come up from the ground. Now this is the part where I mentioned that this is very similar to Cammy's upward kick or whatnot, where this juggles you and knocks you into the air, and from knocking you into the air, you can go ahead and continue a combo. Now this was a jump. This was the jump medium, if I'm correct. So he did jump medium into low. So jump medium, dash, jump medium into crouching low again, into the hawk charge, into whatever move. This move in particular over here is one of the zoning techniques. Now, obviously we're seeing it probably used in the low variation, but depending on which settings you have, when I say settings, I mean which input you put, that ice block is going to go from the short range, medium range, long range. Of course, pretty simple. This is the part that I have questions. I have a lot of questions. So is this technique that we're seeing here his traditional fireball? You create this, and after a certain amount of times, it launches forward by itself. Can you control this to launch one at a time if you press a certain input button, or do you create it and launch it when you want to? Because the thing about this particular technique is that this particular technique is going to be one of the heaviest and most favored way to do combos if it is predicated on the input of create then release. So essentially what that means is if the icicles are time held, let's say for example 5 seconds, if you don't use the technique within 5 seconds it launches, then what ends up happening is that what you do is you can do a combo, right? Set up the combo to have the character start bounced up in the air and whatnot, and while this technique is still being held. And at that point, once the technique's limit comes up, the technique launches by itself, causing the character to get hit with the technique while he's still in the air, doing more juggles. As you guys can see there, he's on the ground, but in the air, I am guaranteeing you there's going to be an extra step, an extra bounce up that you'll need in order to be able to access another combo route. And what it seems is that, honestly, is that when you create it, you'll be able to press the input, either the square, the 4 square, whatever it is, the input, and that's going to launch those icicles. And that, again, like I said, is going to come in handy in regards to doing some combos, extensions when you have the character in the air. On the ground, it just causes a slight stagger. You obviously can cancel from here. From this distance, the only thing that possibly would work would be the hawk charge. And then the hawk charge will probably, you can lean it into that grapple that it has. I truly do believe that this character has an immense amount of tools. I am very much afraid of one thing because it is a flying character. What's the hitbox going to be like? That is the question that everybody's asking, to be honest. Being brutally honest, that's something that everybody's asking. What is the character hitbox going to be like with this character? The hitbox will consistently be moving unless the hitbox stays still as the character is animating, and the hitbox for the character will obviously be from the top of the head to the non-blank space, which would be all the way to the floor. If they do it like that, that's great, and that would make immense amount of sense in that sense. But if they don't do it like that and the lows don't hit because the bird is flying, that's something that's going to piss off a lot of people, and that's going to be a very cheap gimmick. Attacks will not work on this character, which means that your combo routes are going to be trash. Yeah, simple as that. Your combo routes are going to be trash. I don't think that that's what they're going to do. I don't think that that is going to be like that. I don't think that they're going to intentionally mess with the hitbox to make this character better or anything like that. Now, I will tell you that they will give it a tight hitbox, so his frame will be smaller, meaning that certain overheads will definitely go over, depending on what character you're using. But overall, the hitbox should be from the top of his head all the way to the very bottom at the floor. When you do attack with anybody, it should register. It being within the touch range or whatever like that, like pokes are not going to really be as effective with Pet Shop, only because of the simple fact that they have to adjust that in that sense. So I don't think like weak punches are going to register as often, only be within standing reach, because of the simple fact of how short the reach of the hitbox is with the weak. You're going to have to get close. Now, obviously, the other portion of that is that he does have a stand mode, and in stand mode, that's a whole different ball game. In stand mode, your hitbox obviously widens up a little bit more, and you have an obvious stand on the actual ground. So those are the things that I got here for this fella. I know I haven't gone over the special or the ultimate. Being brutally honest, I don't want to go ahead and dive too much into it, because what I really want to do, and it's an impressive ultimate, believe it or not. I love the visualization. I love the whole camera angle that they're working on. I love the pacing of how the attack works. But ultimately, I want to save these ultimates for a video, which is going to be called, you guessed it, Rate the Ultimates of JoJo's All-Star Battle R. And when we get there, we're going to go ahead and rate all the ultimates, all the supers. And that's the only reason why I usually don't go through all of these, especially because half of these stuff don't show a real setup. It has the opposing player just, mindlessly attacking you, and then you doing that dodge step or something like that of the sort. So, leave it at that. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, make sure you go ahead and hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the share. We're soaring. Y'all already know how we're doing here. We have crossed the 1,600 subscriber plateau. We're at 1,605. Continue slapping the thumbs up, the sub, the share, because you guys have been killing it, and I wouldn't be doing this without you guys. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching again, and I'll catch you in the next video for JoJo's All-Star Battle. Peace out.